Ma'am, can you start, please?
Sure. Hi.
Hi, ma'am.
Please call
ma'am.
me Lubna. Please call me Lubna. I'm in college.
Welcome you here, ma'am.
Please call me Lubna. I'm just as old as all of you. And I would not like to be addressed as ma'am or anything. Lubna works just fine.
Yes, you can start, ma'am, please.
Right. So I think Harsh reached out to me and we had a couple of questions that people had regarding their LinkedIn journey. So should I address those firstly?
You can go on with your speech. We'll address the questions at the last.
Sure. So I think I can start with how to stay consistent on LinkedIn. Also, if anybody is on like unmute, please mute yourself. It will just create a lot of distraction for me as well. Thank you. I think the first one that I received was how to stay consistent on LinkedIn. So I think there are two factors to this. There, being consistent is just as difficult as getting started. Getting started on LinkedIn is super difficult because you think that, how will people react to you? How will your family members? How will your colleagues? How will your classmates? How will your teachers react to you? But when you once you kind of make that leap of faith that, okay, I've started posting, what's more even difficult is kind of staying put there and staying consistent that, okay, I'll be posting here every day, once a week, once a month, but I will be posting on LinkedIn no matter what. And that is what is so hard, because you start a new venture, you start posting on Twitter, you start posting on LinkedIn. एक बार आपने post कर लिया, उसके बाद you don't feel like posting again because you're like, okay, it's so much of work. But I think for LinkedIn, if you like what you do, and for instance, I like creating content, so it becomes a little bit easier. And I like writing, and I enjoy what I write. No, like I don't create content on posts that I necessarily don't relate to. If I don't resonate with them, I will not create content around that, and that is what helps me stay consistent, because I usually write on college issues, on marketing, on books that I've read. So that's what I think means about staying consistent here. And even if you have like a writer's block, now I'll just quickly give you an intro of what a writer's block is. A writer's block is when a writer does not feel like writing, when they have a creative block and they cannot write. That happens, but it's not necessary that you have to post on LinkedIn every day. Then you can just write every day in your in your diary or on notes for like 15 minutes a day. That'll help you become a better writer. But you don't have to necessarily post on LinkedIn when you're not when you don't feel like it. I think the next question that I received was how to find work or internships. I'll give you a little bit of a confession. Since the last 1.5 years, I haven't actually reached out to anybody for an internship or any job. They have texted me by themselves. It's been a lot of inbound leads. Also, if anybody is unmute, please mute yourselves. Yeah. So I haven't reached out to anybody. Like a lot of founders text me that we want to we want you to intern with us, we want you to write for us, we want you to become a social media manager. And while that, I mean, I can't say yes to every opportunity, but it's a huge learning curve, right? Because companies I haven't even heard of, and early stage startups which are doing so well, they'll reach out to me and they'll ask me, how do you want to work with us? And I think it's all by staying active on LinkedIn, and posting and making yourself visible out there on your posts. But even if you don't want to post content, you can always you can always do cold emailing. You can always cold DM. Basically, I can share a template with you after the session on the WhatsApp group of how to send a message to an HR person or somebody who you want to reach out to for an internship or for a job. As for a job, I never, applied, so I don't know much. But for an internship, I can definitely send you a cold email about how to go about it, and it'll become much easier for you. And I mean, LinkedIn isn't the only platform where you should be seeking, for jobs and for internships. I'm sure all of you belong to very prestigious schools and colleges. Why don't you reach out to the alumni groups of your schools and colleges? It becomes much easier for that. I think the third question, just give me a minute. It's which type to course are worth doing in free ones that will provide a literal part-time job. Okay. I think if you want to freelance or if you want to find a part-time job, for any, like, I think everybody in college wants to earn money, right? You want to kind of just cover your own expenses, or you want to buy like AirPods, or you want to buy a new phone. Everybody wants to do that. So I think I'll give you two tips around here. Find a high paying internship if that's possible. If not, find a skill set that you're amazing at and try to monetize that. For me, from internships, I have gained more experience than money. But through writing and through copywriting, content writing, through content creation, I have been able to monetize that very well. And just very recently, I keep trying different types of writing. Like one day I'm writing for a company, the next day I'm writing essays, and I'm editing essays for people who are applying to MBA schools. So it becomes you kind of learn also, and there's wide variety of work, and you can also get to know where the money is. Like somebody who's applying for a B school, they'll be much more willing to pay you higher as an early stage startup who doesn't have the funds because they're bootstrapped. But find a skill set that you enjoy. Like for me, it's content creation and writing. And if you're talking about courses, and if you're also talking about free courses, you can take courses, I think, on Udemy, YouTube. वो सब होता है. But if you even take those courses, make them executionable. Please, 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 find projects that you can work on. Like if you like writing, start writing. Don't just say ki, okay, I've read a book and ye mera, this is what I'm upskilling about. Like that's not necessary at all. Start writing, and that's how you'll become more experienced. So I think that's a very important factor. Okay, I think the next question is how to increase connections on network as they're random and unknown. Okay. Firstly, you don't have to increase connections on network. Like even if you have like a network of 500 people and you know all of them, face to face, you've met them, that's more important than having 20,000 followers. Trust me when I say this, because it's important to make connections that will last you a lifetime instead of having, these fake followers jo kabhi baat bhi nahi ki. Like for me, my main switch is the follow one, but whoever I connect with, I always make sure that I send in a personalized message. And it's important that you send in a personalized invite also. If you want to connect with somebody, who's in your field, or who's like, say, a friend from DU, but you don't know them, who they are, and you want to connect with them, just say that, oh my God, hey, I'm also from DU, you're also from DU, and we're living in this virtual world, online classes. I don't know if classes will open now, but we're living, in this online world, and why don't we connect, and why don't we meet on Zoom? Because you could have met that person during offline classes, right? Try making that connect. It becomes much easier then. And as far as random connections are concerned, I think there's that mutual button on LinkedIn where you get to know that you have mutual friends. So look, if you have these mutual connections, it becomes much easier. And then you get to know that, okay, this person is authentic and real. वरना किसी की प्रोफाइल में emojis होंगे, या किसी की प्रोफाइल में, like they write one caps lock, one uppercase, one lowercase. Like don't accept those connections, because you know that these are like not real connections, and these profiles are only not real. So don't do that. Okay, the next question is also, guys, if you're like understanding, please keep sending thumbs up. There's no response from the other end, so I'm getting a little worried. But if you understand, like, just keep sending thumbs up or like any emojis. What are the advantages of LinkedIn? How LinkedIn is better than any other job app? Okay, so I think as far as LinkedIn is concerned, in the last 2 years that I've been active on LinkedIn, everything that has happened in my professional life, say 80% of it has happened due to LinkedIn, because of the opportunities that come your way, firstly. And secondly, you keep abreast of whatever's happening in the professional world, in the corporate world. So you get to learn a lot from that. Like for me, you know, the growth trajectory, which has, been so exponential. Okay, I think somebody's unmuted. Oh, the other co-hosts, could you please have a look?
Please unmute, guys. Sorry, please mute yourself, guys, everyone, and switch on your cameras.
And the cameras are like, that's okay, but please mute yourself. Yeah, so I think I was talking about the growth trajectory. Besides jobs, I think what's more important is also your peers, right? What people from other DU colleges, what people from other universities, what they're doing, where are they interning, what kind of projects they've taken up. It really motivates you that, okay, if they can also do it at this age, why can't you? And it's please don't take it कि ये ऐसा कर रहा है कि मैंने क्यों नहीं किया. like like we rise by lifting others, like take it in a good spirit and learn from them that they're also doing it, so aap bhi kar sakte ho, and learn from all of this. And as for jobs, I think it's great because firstly you get a lot of inbound leads. तो अगर आपने किसी को अप्लाई भी नहीं किया, you can get like a 20K per month paying job, like an internship, just because you're posting content. And I mean, I haven't seen any better way of getting an internship like that, where you have an interview where you have to have like an aptitude test. So I think that way LinkedIn is very, very good. Okay, the next question is how to make LinkedIn profile more appealing, and what information should be added and what should be avoided. Okay. um I think for LinkedIn, please add all the relevant information. Firstly, please have a picture. I think that's super important. Secondly, add your work experience. Don't bluff. Recruiters get to know कि अगर आप fake कर रहे हो, like you'll have like a proper verification check. And add your courses, where you've studied from, what you studied, what you enjoyed. And I think the summary part in LinkedIn, that's super important. Like there's no right or wrong summary, but it can literally break you or make you as a LinkedIn person. It needs to be a holistic view of yourself, of not only the work that you're doing, but also what you enjoy in your personal life. So make sure that you add it properly. And I think prima facie, what I remember from LinkedIn, add the certifications that you've done. That also really helps. And the skills, like if you're learning Excel, if you're learning SQL, keep adding that. And LinkedIn has like these assignment skills, like which LinkedIn only provides. So LinkedIn will say that, we've verified that this person is good at it. तो वो भी आप ले सकते हो. And I think what to avoid, please avoid political views. Please avoid controversial comments. They're absolutely not required. Political, and I mean controversial in the sense that if somebody's posted something negative on your profile, it's not necessary that you engage with it. It's not necessary that you reply to it, because it just doesn't give a good picture that, why should you get into a thread of fights just because the person is saying ki this is not right, this is wrong. But if the person has a contrary opinion that makes sense to you, ask the person why. But if the person just makes like a bland negative comment, just ignore it. That's the best way. Okay, I think the next question is how to make LinkedIn profile more, okay, no, how to get the referral from LinkedIn, or how to reach out to HRs. Okay, so I think LinkedIn is great for networking. Connect with people. And if you like say you've connected with somebody who's working at Amazon, right? and you want a job at Amazon, you won't obviously reach out to them ki ek din mein ki hi, how are you, please get me a job at Amazon. Like that looks really rude, and I don't think that's professional at all. What you can do is, you can start talking to the person. You can start talking over a period of like say a month, 2 months, and then eventually, once you know the person better, then you can ask, can you give me a referral? Otherwise it looks extremely unprofessional, and it doesn't look good at all कि आप उनसे मांग रहे हो पहले दिन पे, just when the person is connected. Also, when you're sending out DMs, please don't send a DM that hey, can you get me a job at Amazon? Like that looks rude. Please don't do that. And as for the second one, how to reach out to HRs, I think there was a similar question like that. What I'll do is I'll send you a cold DM format. Template bhej dungi WhatsApp group pe, you guys can check it out. Okay. Next question is how to update your LinkedIn profile when you have done nothing worthy or in the process of learning. I don't like this question. I think we're all learning at all times, and you cannot not have anything worthy. We're all unique individuals, and we've been through a lot of journeys in our life. Even if we belong to not very good strata of society, or we belong to a very high strata of society, we all have experiences. हमारे बर्थडे होते हैं, हमारे स्कूल हम सब लोग गए हैं, हम even if we have offline online college, there must be some experience that you would like to add. So don't think that you're not unique or there's nothing worthy to add in your LinkedIn profile. And अगर आप work experience की बात कर रहे हो, तो जो भी आपने किया है add करो. नहीं किया, then also it's okay. Recruiters or people who are looking at your profile, they're not going to think lowly of you just because you haven't added that. If you look at some of the biggest names, जैसे कि अगर आप एक unicorn के एक founder हैं, he has a LinkedIn profile. I think he has like 2-3 connections and he hasn't added anything on his LinkedIn profile. That doesn't make him a smaller person, right? So, I mean, we're all learning, and talk about your experiences, whatever you've done. It's not important कि आपको बहुत कोई बड़ी चीज करनी चाहिए. You need to get like a cat 99.9 percentile. Only then you can post about it. Like that doesn't make sense at all. Post about anything that happens in your day. If there's like some didactism, उसके बारे में आप post कर सकते हो. Okay. I think the next question is how to avoid. I think somebody is unmuted. Okay. How to avoid the anxiety before posting on LinkedIn? Okay. I have a very simple answer to this. लोगों का काम है कहना, and they will talk whenever they want to talk. Okay. You do your thing while they talk. Otherwise, you're going to be ruined because you'll think ki, these people are thinking about me and what are they going to say. Trust me, nobody has that kind of time to think about you. They'll read your post for like a minute. They'll either laugh at it, they'll either be happy, or they'll just have like a neutral comment, and then they'll forget about it. Whereas it's you who's the one creating content, the one who's writing, and it's your profile at the end of the day. किसी और को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It's only you. So do your thing while they talk. And if it makes you feel any better, I think my first post on LinkedIn was like a poem that I wrote on the lockdown. And I think we all learn from our first posts, right? I'd laugh at it. I'd laugh at my first post, but we're all learning one day at a time. Okay, 10th question, how to approach new connections to foster future opportunities. I think this is similar to the 8th one. You start with a personalized message, and don't make it like 1 week ke andar I'll text the person and I'll get a job opportunity, or if I want like freelancing work, I'll get it within 1 week. Make it a longer process. Make it like, say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1.5 months. Reach out to the person, make an actual connection. Don't just say कि okay, I just मेरे को अपने इस बंदे से बस मेरे को अपना काम निकालना है, because that will never work out. Just be nice and take the person for a person, because they're not like firstly they're a human, then secondly they're whatever work profile that they have. That's secondary. Treat them like a human being and treat them like a friend. Last one, eye-catching LinkedIn profile headlines to inspire your own. Okay. I think if you're starting out or if you want to be in the corporate world, keep a very short and sweet LinkedIn headline. Like I think mine's econ at LSR, and I'm an alum of Mayo, and I worked at BW Business World, and I have an ISC rank of All India rank 8. तो ये मैंने डाला हुआ है, and I've made sure कि it's this short कि अगर कोई मेरा post अपने home page पे देख रहा है, it's short enough that you can see it, but it's also long enough that most of my achievements are covered in it. And if you want to be like a freelancer, I think you can write something like I write content that inspires others. If you're a self-help writer, but if you don't belong to that, that's okay. I think if you don't belong to that category, you can try looking at profiles on LinkedIn in the same niche or category as you, and you can find some inspiration there. So I think those were the questions that Harshit sent me. Co-hosts, anything else that you'd like me to address?
I personally have a question.
Sure.
Uh, like I've noticed a lot of personal posts on LinkedIn, like announcing family marriages or sharing health journeys, their battles, etc. So, what's your opinion on this? Is it good to get personal, or we should stay clear from oversharing?
Okay, I will tell you. I think there's this one person who posts polls with stuff like when is the right age to get married? What did you eat for lunch? And in my personal opinion, I think that does not make any sense. Please stay away from these posts. But as long as if you have a message in your personal posts, like I post a lot from my day-to-day happenings. Like every day, you're not winning, like and you're not getting an achievement. But if there's some learning in your day, like I think my dog ate rat poison last week, and I posted about that, and about how we had everything at home, and how technology is so beautiful that within a matter of 5 minutes I was able to contact the vet at 12 a.m. at night. And I just thought that look at how far we've come from say like 20 years ago when we didn't even have a mobile phone. So I thought that was beautiful, and I must post about that because it resonated with me. अगर आप सोचते हो कि आपके पास ऐसा कोई कंटेंट है तो आप ऐसे पोस्ट कर सकते हो, बट अगर आप ये शादी और खाने में क्या खाया, please stay away from that. What was your second question? Any other questions?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Please call me Lubna.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people use LinkedIn as a personal branding and also like use it for corporate use. So like how can we maintain a balance?
Tell me one thing. If you want to personal brand, and if you're writing your what you feel about and what you think is right, and say you join a corporate tomorrow, will you change yourself or will you stop thinking that way for the corporate?
No, that
No,
will go
right?
against me, right? Yeah.
Exactly. You need to stay authentic to yourself, right?
Yeah.
So make it a point that whatever you post about, you resonate with it. It's original, it's authentic, but also don't post about anything that might offend others. While we have the freedom to speech, make sure कि वो किसी के sentiments को hurt नहीं कर रहा, because it doesn't feel right, that आप social media पे, you're just a voice and you're hurting somebody. And as for, I think the intersection between personal branding and corporates, I think people at the corporates, they actually look at you in a better regard once they get to know that you're a LinkedIn content creator. So I think you can find that balance through experimentation.
Okay, ma'am.
Please call me Lubna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Your words were really, I do appreciate your words. And like me as a student, I was like not so prompted to use LinkedIn, but now after listening to you, like I will just go now and update all my LinkedIn like
Please
properly.
do. I look forward to reading all of
Yeah.
your posts.
Yeah. And now, like, if the audience have any questions, you guys can go ahead in the chat box, or you guys can mute one by one
Okay,
Yeah,
by raising
right.
your hands.
just a minute. I'll take the questions in the chat box and then I can take the questions, whoever's raised their hands. Does that work?
Ma'am, shall I read that for you, or
I can see that's okay. Thank you. Okay. How to increase our reach or visibility without posting much? Uh, engage with comments. Engage in comments of people who have a high reach, who have a good number of followers. That will help you, and if you post something meaningful, people will read it. And sometimes what LinkedIn does is कि उनके न्यूज़लेटर में ना वो comment ही they'll make that as a post. So try engaging like in good comments. Is it right we share our experience from our college society? Like I'm a part of an actor, so I can share the project. Yes, please do that. It's very like I've written about my time back from school also, and people resonate with it. And if it's something that had a meaning for you, you can definitely post about it. ठीक है. What are the topics which we can address? Okay, you can talk about anything that you want, honestly. Anything that happens in your day to day life, about marketing. I think Shark Tank is trending on LinkedIn these days. Talk about anything that comes to your mind, honestly. And if you like it and you've written it from your heart, तो लोगों को भी अच्छा लगेगा ना. अगर आप कुछ बहुत फेक लिख रहे हो, which you haven't written, with a full brain and a mind, people won't resonate with it. Trust me. Yeah, Nandini. Okay. Is it right we share our experience from our college society? Yeah, we can do that. Any tips or things to keep in mind when you're starting as a freelance writer? I think when you start as a freelance writer, uh, you will not get clients on the first day. You might not even get clients in the first week. And when you do get clients, you'll not get a very high pay. It's very difficult to get a good pay. So it's important that you keep your spirits up, that better things are coming, and you need to kind of get that experience first, even when you get a lower pay. So and reach out to people on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn पे बहुत लोग post भी करते हैं that we need a freelance writer. So text them that can I work with you, and you have work samples ready. Send that to them. Okay, is it okay to share our personal views on LinkedIn that might influence others? Yeah, definitely. I think one of my friends had posted about why college should not open, and she had raised some very important points. And I think those resonated with me as an outstation student. And it just made her case stronger. And, it actually made me realize that why college reopening is so, people are two ways about it. But why I thought that she might be better in this case. Okay, hi Lubna, can you suggest a few good books that you have read? Okay, I read books of all genres. Last I read was 0 to 1, I think. Usse pehle I read Sapiens. Currently, I'm reading Fight Club. I read Fight Club like 5 years ago. I'm just reading it again. Uh, Thank you, Tushar. How can we find right lines? Most of the time, we don't respond after a call or take some. Okay, you don't need to get worried if clients don't respond back to you. You won't, one client comes, the second one will come, एक चला जाएगा तो दूसरा आ जाएगा. And never sell yourself short just to get another client or just to get more work. That's not the way, you like literally self-respect बहुत important होती है freelancing में. Please थोड़ी self-respect रखो. Keep your don't if you're doing something for $1,000, don't just do it for like 200 just because somebody's saying ki, okay, I'll give you bulk work. Don't do that. Okay. Do HR managers really reply? Because why would no, they do definitely they do. You told that we shouldn't contact the HR directly, we should build. Mhm. What if with an HR if not about the job? So it's not important that you engage with like in HR only. you can connect with anybody who's working at the company really, and they can reach out to the HR for you. Because HR को आप directly reach out करोगे, they have like 1 billion other things to do. And 1 month में वो relationship build करना and everything, maybe that doesn't work out for them. Reach out to other people from the company. How to approach people on LinkedIn, even after send, how to keep the convo going. I go blank on this. Please don't just send a hi and then expect the other person to reply. Please keep it short and sweet, but also state why you're connecting with the person. Because if somebody texts me a hello, and if it's like a middle-aged man, the next thing I know on my mind is, okay, this is not a good conversation. I might just block the person. Because pata hi nahi ki what the person wants from the conversation. Okay. Thank you, Mishti. Yeah, it's okay even if it takes a week, right? What's the big deal if they take 1 week, to like the to and fro thing? It really doesn't matter. I'm beginning to use LinkedIn to document my journey as an editor, and I'm trying to write constantly. While writing about authentic experiences. Does adding images? I think adding images is like 50-50. अगर आपके पास अच्छी photo है and you think people will resonate with that photo, and if you resonate with it, definitely do that. अगर नहीं है तो रहने दो. And even if you're an amateur writer, I think we're all learning. Even I'm not a very prolific writer. Uh, but I still document my journey, right? It's okay. You'll probably read your work like 1 year from now and you'll be like, okay, what the hell had I written? But at least you started somewhere and you look at your growth and you'll be like, okay, this is amazing where you've come from. But what should we talk about with that employer HR? Can we talk like friends? I think you can talk about the company, about how the company is doing. That's a good way to start. I haven't read any books until the school said. So, as of my first book, can you suggest something engaging, any genre? I think you should start with Sapiens. That book had an impact on me, quite an impact actually. Um, if I want to share an experience on LinkedIn, shall I post it in a story mode or short instance in moral? I think you can share your experience any way you want, honestly. And अगर उसके अंदर कोई moral होएगा वो आप share कर सकते हो. नहीं होएगा then also it's fine. You're just sharing an experience. Can we post artwork on LinkedIn? Please go for it. Uh, yeah, but I think Instagram might be a better place for that since it's more aesthetically pleasing. But LinkedIn pe also I've seen people post. Okay, spell the book Sapiens. It's by uh, Noal Harari, I think. Yeah. How do you maintain a balance between studies and freelancing and other stuff? Okay, Sukhmani, I'll give you a little confession. I am not very like the lockdown happened, and while I'm really sad about all the things that have happened. I think it's been a blessing in disguise for me because it helped me to explore other things in college that I might have not been able to because I am an outstation student and traveling to college every day, attending classes you don't like or subjects you don't like. You can easily use that time in doing other things. And if you're worried about your CGPA, we have we have like open book exams, right? And it's not that difficult to score as well in them as much as it is in offline exams. And अगर आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है पढ़ना तो आप फिर पढ़ाई कीजिए and आप रात को उठो, like if you want to hustle then you have to work hard for it. Thank you, Yashvi. I think I'll take the raised hand questions. Okay, I think Palak.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the raised hand questions, we would like to request you if you have a few more minutes because that would cover more people. We can do a 360 kind of a review of a few profiles that will give them an overview of the profile.
Sure. Okay.
The profiles are in the chat box only. You can click on any random profile which you like.
Okay. I think I have uh I don't know, guys. Who should I take?
And
I
you can
think
take Jatin's profile.
okay, Jatin. Oh, could you send me the link
Yes,
of your
ma'am, it's in the
profile?
chat box.
Okay, you've
Posted it again.
okay. It's not. Could you send it again?
Sure, ma'am.
Please call me Lubna, please.
You can pick any random profile, that's fine.
Okay, I think Arpita has sent her profile.
Sure.
Okay, should I share my screen?
Yeah, ma'am. If you're comfortable with it, you should.
ठीक है, एक second. Okay. Okay, yeah, here you go. Okay, this is Arpita's profile. Okay, I think on the face of it looks like a great profile. आप ये जो डबल ये है ना इसको हटा दो, आप एक सिंगल ऐड कर दो. I think your summary can be better as well. Please make it like you've done so many things right in your experience. You've interned at an academy, you worked at your college, commerce society. Up, I think you should talk about that here and what like you've written that you're a team player as well as a team leader. Try to incorporate that through like an experience, like a short and sweet story. And let me check your activity. Have you posted something? Okay, you posted something. That's nice. That was a month ago. Okay, you guys, I'll give you a heads up. You don't need to post when you have certificates. Okay, like it's amazing, Arpita, that you've gotten, you've achieved so much. But post about other things also. It's not important कि जब आपको certificate मिले या फिर जब आप अपनी life में अच्छा करो आप तभी post करो. Not all of us have amazing days. A lot of us have bad days. Like there'll barely be like a few good moments from a day. ठीक है ना? And बहुत बुरे भी होते हैं. But it's not wrong to write about your failures. Not at all. Write about them. And it helps you. You'll just be so free after that because you're being so vulnerable on the internet. You'll be like, what can somebody do to me? Because I've only posted about my failures online, right? But I think otherwise your profile is quite good. उसके अलावा बस अपना ये समरी चेंज कर लो थोड़ा सा and otherwise it's quite decent. Should I check somebody else's profile also?
Ma'am, I've been trying to be active on LinkedIn, so I'll love it if you can check mine.
I don't know how to stop. Just give me a minute. Who is this?
Ma'am Palak.
Please don't call me ma'am. अब chat पे भेज दो अपना. I'll have a look. Okay, Palak Khanna.
Yes.
Just give me a minute. Here we go. Okay. I'll just share the screen. Here we go. Okay.
I think you won't like the headline because I feel like you mentioned that the headline should be short.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that you've done so much of stuff, but I think keep it like short and sweet because people will just take forever to read what they're doing, right? Like what you're doing. I
Yes, ma'am,
think
got it.
it's, please call me Lubna. I think it's very good that you have a cover photo which is different from the regular one. But if you can make it more personalized, तो वो भी अच्छा होएगा. आप वो देख लो. And oh, I like your summary. It's different. Let me go through it. Prima facie, it looks nice. And you've also used the featured section. That's actually nice. No, I think yours is more holistic. And you've also talked about your causes and your test scores and your languages. This is good. I think what you can change is your headline and your cover photo. Baki, everything looks good to me. And if you want to, like I change my summary like every 10-15 days because kuch na kuch naya hota rehta hai. So, and also I feel like I'm just evolving as a person. So I keep changing that. But It looks good. Yours looks good.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you so much, ma'am. I will definitely change the headline and also update you because that keeps me accountable.
please do. Um, uh, Jatin, do you want me to review somebody else's profile also? I'll
Yes,
take the
ma'am.
last one.
If you have.
Just Lubna, I just have a request.
Sure.
Just have a look on Mansha's profile. She was like very worried about her profile. Mansha, could
Whose?
you just please share your profile just once again?
Where is it? Uh,
The
Okay.
last one.
Mansha Bareja last one.
Okay. Mansha Bareja. Okay. I will share the screen. This one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. It looks nice, but I don't think you've like updated it a lot. Like I think you can add like a nice cover photo, that's personalized about the work that you do. And you can write about, if you have your own startup or if you've worked anywhere, and just about anything in general, even in your headline here. आप उसके बारे में ऐड कर लो, आप कौन से स्कूल में गए हो, अगर आपने कहीं इंटर्न किया है तो अपना वर्क एक्सपीरियंस ऐड करो. I think that will be good. And about your like causes, what you're passionate about. Let me look at your activity. And also connect with more people from your college or your university. Okay, I think you should write your own like make your own posts, and you should also be adding the work profile, the work experience, and just your school also here. That'll make it better and connect with more people.
Okay,
ठीक है?
thank you so much. Actually, I was very anxious. Like, I got nervous when I post things there. So that's why I wasn't posting anything.
Mancha, tell me one thing. There are about how many people here? There are 83 people here. All of them are going to have opinions on whatever you speak, on whatever I speak, on whatever, Palak speaks, whatever, anybody speaks. People are going to talk, right? And does it really bother you if the person you don't even know they're talking about you? Does it bother you? At the end of the day, will you go to sleep saying, okay, this person who I've never even spoken to, ये मेरे बारे में ऐसे सोचता है?
No, not at all.
Exactly. And if you think your friends are doing this, like they're not, I am sure they won't be doing it. I'm pretty sure about it. अगर कोई कर भी रहा है, then the person's not like authentic. ठीक है? And I think that's about it for the LinkedIn
Thank you
profile.
so much. Thank you
No
so much.
worries. No worries. Okay, I think
Yes.
some people had raised their hands. Do you want me to go through that, Jatin?
Ma'am, we can do either of the two things. You can view one more LinkedIn profile on a general note, or you can take up the questions whose hands are raised.
Okay, I think I'll take the questions whose hands are raised because they've been raised for a while.
Sure.
I think Shubhanshi. Okay.
Hi,
Yeah.
Lubna. Subhanshi this side. So you have amazing achievements under your belt, and that is super inspiring. I've been following you for a while, and I would love to connect with you. I've already sent you a request. Um, so I had two quick questions.
Mhm.
One of which was, I have been following few people. I mean, been connected to founders of some companies, and I just feel that when I'm commenting on some other people's posts, or liking something, or which is very personal to them, but I just comment on that. But what I feel is the people who I'm connected to also get that on their feed.
Mhm.
So, is that a good thing to do? Because you're commenting on a lot of people's posts all day, and also liking them. You want to do that, but then it would also be an interruption or disturbance in other people's feed. So, how do you go through that?
Okay, I'll tell you one of the reasons why people have a personal brand or why they create content on LinkedIn so much, right? Because say you are my connection and you like something of mine, that will go to somebody else who I don't even know, but they will get it, right? Because because you don't need to be following the person per se, right?
Exactly.
And that has a very big network connection. And you tell me one thing, if you start posting something, wouldn't it be great for you that, without having to put in so much of effort, on say marketing, like it's all organic marketing, तो
Right.
उसमें आपका कुछ जा भी नहीं रहा, and it's also helping you, helping you get so many views. एंड इफ यू थिंक दैट लोगों को बुरा लगेगा कि ऐसे देख रहे हो वैसे देख रहे हो, आई डोंट थिंक ऑनेस्टली ऐसा होता है, बिकॉज आई गेट टू नो ऑफ अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू प्रोफाइल्स फ्रॉम देयर, like all the good profiles that I've learned of, all the good profiles that I've seen, it's been because people comment. And like I said, you should be engaging in comments, of like people with good profiles. And कोई देख रहा है, उनको नहीं अच्छा लगेगा, they'll just unfollow you, right? What's the big deal?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Got it. And also, another question was if you could maybe share some tips and tricks with respect to LinkedIn algorithm, so that we can make best use of it.
I think the LinkedIn algorithm, it's mostly about your content. I don't think the LinkedIn algorithm works as much. It's not as how do I put it the right way? Like, it doesn't work the way you think it does. अगर आपका content अच्छा होएगा, if people resonate with it, if it's from the heart, it will get views nevertheless. It will get likes nevertheless. So don't worry about that. And also, guys, I'm so sorry. I can't review all profiles. If I can just like send me a message on my LinkedIn, I would be happy if I get the time. But I can't review everybody's profile today. I'll
Okay.
take, yeah.
Thank you so much, Lubna, for the answers. They were amazing, and I got few insights from them. Thank you.
No worries. I think I'll take one more question.
Lumna, I have a one short question. If that's okay with you.
Had you raised your hand? Because I
No.
would. No, I would like to take somebody's question who's waited so patiently, right?
Oh, all right.
It just
Right.
wouldn't look good.
Sure.
I think Almoaz has like the first on my list. Okay. You can, if I pronounced your name right.
Yeah, it's right. Thank you. So my question is like, which was your post on your LinkedIn profile which gained you almost 20,000 plus connections, and how to consistently write on the topics? Can you suggest some topics?
Okay, there has been no single post that will gain you 20,000 followers overnight. Firstly, though.
No, my question is, how did you gain 20,000?
Yeah. Okay. I think it doesn't happen, over a period of 1 week, 2 weeks. You need to be creating content consistently, and it's not necessary कि आपका niche होए. जैसे कि आपके दिन में जो भी हो रहा है उसके बारे में आप पोस्ट करो. Like, I like to create content, on my day-to-day work, whatever happens. Like, I live in Srinagar, so a lot of things happening around nature, around my pup, around just walks, nature walks. So I like to post about that a lot, and I like to have a lot of questions. So my questions पूछती हूँ. But if you ask about like the 20,000, 22,000 follower bit, it actually varies a lot, because you will put in like say 45 minutes for a post, और आपको लगेगा कि oh my god, I've put in so much of effort and this post should do really well. But you know what, that post won't do well because लोगों के साथ resonate नहीं किया. Sometimes it'll happen, and sometimes I post like a very a one liner and that'll get a lot of response. So you have to keep experimenting. And also it's because कि आप मतलब हफ्ते में 2 बारी, हफ्ते में 3 बारी, हफ्ते में 1 बारी आप पोस्ट कर रहे हो, लोगों को पता लग रहा है कि आप online ho, that you're making yourself visible on the platform, then I think it's important that you keep posting. And what course are you doing, or where are you from? That'll help me gain a better insight and I can suggest you.
I'm doing BCom program and I'm from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh.
Talk about Ghaziabad, what you've observed in the market there. You're doing BCom, talk about things that are relevant in the day-to-day life from BCom, if there are any, because I'm not sure if there are things still relevant from our course, but theek hai. Talk about things that you think are relevant in today's time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And I think I'll take Mishti's and Anushka's question also. I'm feeling very bad. Right. Okay. Mishti, you can go next.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I just had Okay, thank you, Lubna. Actually, I just had one doubt. Just like Manshadi shared her profile, and she was feeling anxious even to show her profile. Like, my profile also looks something similar, like that only. I feel like sometimes I don't have, when I see others' profile and I see like they are doing so much stuff and they're doing this with this, and then I feel like, oh, my achievement isn't that great. And then sharing something personal also doesn't feel nice on LinkedIn, so I'm like in between, like, what should I share? Should I share my personal life more? Should I share my professional life more? Like, there's nothing that I have more to share. So, like, that's why my LinkedIn profile looks very blank.
Okay. Mishti, answer this. I am active on LinkedIn. Like, I check it like 10 times a day. And there are people who get like a GMAT 770. Somebody's becoming a product manager at some, FANG company. And how would you think that it feels for me that I'm active on LinkedIn all day, I'm posting, and this person who hasn't even posted, usko mil raha hai. If you go with that mindset ki people are just, people are posting something, and I'm very anxious to post about it. You really think people have that kind of time and energy to think about you for more than like 7 seconds? People will look at your post. If they like it, they'll take out another 2 minutes, they'll comment, they'll like it, they'll read it properly. But unko nahi acha lagega, they'll just scroll through it. There might be some lifeless people who'll actually engage in like negative comments. Trust me, they're lifeless, इसलिए वो ऐसी चीजें कर रहे हैं. But कोई और होगा, they won't care. And if your friends who are there, they will be there to support you, I'm sure. They will be there to kind of comment on it. And it doesn't take money to comment. It doesn't take more than like a minute to comment. It doesn't take more than a second to like. So share it with your friends, share it on your WhatsApp group, share it on your with your family. They'll be more than happy to support you.
Like, my point was that whenever someone sees my profile, first thing they do is see your profile. And you don't achieve things every day, right? So, should we post anything that we feel like every day just to make our profile nice, or should we keep it simple?
No, only if you have good inspirations, if you have good content, post about that. But if you're forcing content, trust me, no, people will get to know कि ये forced है, and nobody wants to talk about it, and nobody would want to read your post because उनको लगेगा कि ये दिल से बात नहीं कर रही. So post about whenever you have something nice to say. Doesn't necessarily have to be it doesn't necessarily have to be like a certificate that you're gaining, but you can post about anything, but it has to come from the heart.
Thank
ठीक
you,
है?
ma'am.
Please call me Lubna. Okay.
Thank you, Lubna.
Hi, Anushka.
Hi, Lubna. So I'm pursuing BBA and I'm in my first year. So I have started posting content on LinkedIn as well. So I just want your inputs if I'm going in the right direction in posting the content, because I am doing internship in social media marketing. So I'm thinking posting content with related to my college experience that I'm society's part of, or some internship that I'm doing.
Why don't you reach out to me on LinkedIn and we can
Okay.
take this conversation further, because this is a bit
Okay.
more personal.
Done. Sure.
Sounds good.
Shall we
Jatin?
conclude?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. If any other person have any question, you can connect her in LinkedIn. We'll drop her ID in the chat box. Okay, ma'am. So I would want to express my gratitude to Ms. Lubna Malhotra for taking her time and effort to motivate us to use LinkedIn and also teach us how to get the. This will surely make a difference, ma'am. And even as I told, as a student, I did not have any idea about LinkedIn, but now I will, like, I have a lot of knowledge, and like I got a complete idea how can I update my LinkedIn profile. Ma'am, thank you, ma'am, for making this webinar a grand success. Now, me, on behalf of my entire team, corporates, I would also like to thank all the students and also the teachers. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience and interacting with her. And that's it. It is a great honor to have you, ma'am. It's we feel great to have you here and you spend your valuable time to be present here. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it's because of, people like you who want to hear everything. And it's so good that everybody wants to be on LinkedIn because there were no student creators. And now when I see people wanting to be student creators on LinkedIn, it just fills my heart, with so much of like, it just overwhelms me. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you on LinkedIn and, posting. And if you have any queries, could you make the WhatsApp group like, where everyone can comment so that I can also send in something? And I think if any of you have any queries, I can take like the first 5 of them on the WhatsApp group, and I'd be happy to address anything else. So thank you so much. Thank you
Sure,
so much.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Lubna, can you please like take 2 minutes and like I'm very curious to know about one thing about you, and I found this webinar very interactive and very informative. So organizers, can I ask her a question, and it will take like just 2 to 3 minutes.
Sure. Please go ahead.
So first of all, I'd like to know that like you are doing your graduation in economics. Like, what was the like after class 12th? What made you to pursue a career in economics, and what was your takeaway from that Young Scholars Program from Ashoka University? And what do you plan next, like in life?
Okay. This is not a 2-3 minute question, but I'll tell you a gist of it. I went for Young Scholars Program because I wanted to experience the liberal arts experience in India, how it would look like, if I ever pursued liberal arts in India. And I wanted to experience Ashoka. And as for economics, I think I really liked economics in school. And my minor is psychology. So I enjoyed psychology as well. So I think that was the biggest factor that I liked it. And if you like something, why not pursue it? And as for what my further plans are, I've been placed somewhere. So, yes, I hope that answers your questions. I've been placed at a unicorn. So, yes,
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 that's great, and I'm very happy for that. And thank you for taking the question.
no worries.
And ma'am, please share the templates for cold mailing.
Yes, I will. At a unicorn Zoom user, I will let that will come out in like due time. I'll not share that right now.
All right.
Okay.
There's a comment for you in the comment section from Harshvaya. I would to love what it means.
Oh, he said, what has he written? Oh, so that just means you're awesome. But thanks so much, Harsh. Very sweet of you. Okay, thank you, everyone. I had an amazing time. I'd love to reach out. If any of you have any queries, please reach out to me, and I'd love to know all of you at an individual level. Okay, bye, guys. Take care.